I'm picking up on an energy that is slipping. And it feels like it's slipping between timelines or between worlds and dimensions. It's kind of a shape-shifting energy. It's moving in and out of different realms and spaces and even thoughts. It feels, I'm hearing between the walls. It's moving between the walls. The normal barriers and boundaries that would keep you confined, if this is you, is no longer containing you. There's something you've crossed into, another kind of dimensional space. I'm hearing something about chakras, maybe a higher chakra, where you are in a new energy field. Some of you are having different kinds of dreams, or there's a different kind of feeling or quality in the dream, or you'll have one. It's kind of almost magical. It's not like your other dreams. This is a big sign that you have pushed past some kind of energy block or ego block that you are currently working with. Now, this could be another energy perhaps, but it feels like I'm talking to you, whoever I'm connecting with today. There's a dimensional slip. You're moving between things. And I heard a witch between worlds. Doesn't matter what your gender is, but it's like you're doing magic between different realms. So you could be doing magic, manifestation or creation, creating things, which is magic, sewing projects, creating a YouTube channel, creating a relationship, creating an amazing recipe book, whatever it is that you're creating, peace and quiet, meditation in your life, it is magic. It is bringing in some new energy into your life. And whenever we do bring in new energy into our lives, that is 100% hands down magic. So you're moving in these different spaces, creating magic in different realms or in different timelines. And I went to write down hands, and you see how it slipped. At first, the pen didn't really write it out, so I had to go over it, but then I couldn't trace it exactly. So there's something about maybe you're trying to redo something, or you want to perfect something, or you're going back and saying, I want to do this again, even if it's just a thought form that you're having, like, I wish I could do that again. I wish there could be a do-over. Well, Spirit is saying that it is possible. It still exists in another dimensional space, this ability to do whatever it is you want to do again, but it's not going to be exactly the same. And when you are able to attune to that, you will live it, is what I'm getting. Now, I know this sounds really abstract because it is. But there is something about you existing in multiple timelines, multiple dimensions, and being able to tap in and tune into them. Okay, like this 3D reality is your home base, but it doesn't mean you can't leave home and explore. So maybe some of you are doing astral projection or just meditation, or again, it's like even creative storytelling. Whatever it is that you're creating and doing, it's facilitating and allowing you to cross these dimensions and move between timelines. And some of you are connecting with a past self, some of you are connecting with a future self, and some of you are connecting with other beings in other realms and dimensions. These could be people that you already know, or maybe not. Maybe other kinds of beings. So this is a kind of like, there's some whimsy here for sure. This is a reading for you, about you, and your growth, which is the card that I got for you, your growth. Now, the other thing I got in my meditation is the storm before the calm. And then it was interesting, I wrote down miniature because what I saw is like there's this big storm, it looked like it was in an open field, heavy rain clouds, maybe like tornado-like. You're on a farm-like setting. And then I just saw a hand, which is why I wrote down hands, just saw a hand kind of go like this and miniaturize the whole scene. This could be your spirit guide, this could be your higher self, maybe it's you and your conscious self, but it's like you're minimizing some kind of storm. There's an awareness that you have that something that is stormy, it's rocky, is going to break and give way to a calmer energy. Usually we say the calm before the storm, but it doesn't feel like you're anticipating the storm anymore. You're more forward looking and anticipating the calm. So whenever you have a difficult situation come up in your energy, intuitively you psychically see something unfolding or you're worried about it, maybe it comes from a fear space instead. Picture that. Picture a hand, your hand or some other hand, just taking the scene that you're seeing in your mind and just making it really small, like a little miniature scene. Because your energy is much larger than what the storm can stir up. Okay? The storm is working for you. It's not working on you. Okay, so remember that. And maybe you want to even go like this. I'm seeing the finger do this and create the tornado. It's like you're in control of this. You really are. And Spirit wants you to know that and to visualize it, to feel it. Because there is calm coming. Now, I also saw a fox, bright red fox, some white on the tail. So that could be an animal that you're seeing a lot of. Now, foxes are really quick, I'm hearing. Really, I was going to say clever, but really quick and clever, adaptable, and sly in a way. But there's something about fox energy, fox medicine that could be significant for you. Then I saw a horse, and it was kind of like a white show horse or something there. And what came to mind, horses usually symbolize freedom, but what came to mind when I saw the horse was something about like horse racing and wealth. And it's like these horses are running around a track and everybody's in the bleachers and the stands kind of betting on the horse who's going to win the race. And it's I'm hearing grotesque, okay? It's almost like you are in the stands and something comes over you and you're like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? This is odd. So there's a revelation that's happening for you somewhere in your life where it's like, what? Let me just give my head a shake. Something's like, maybe you wake up from a dream kind of state or you see something from a different perspective, but you're like, this is weird. Should we be doing this? And the horse, as a symbol of freedom, just going around and around the track and who can be free first, is kind of a strange way to look at it. So maybe there's a situation, a relationship, where there's a question of freedom, autonomy, agency, and being able to do what you want, but you feel like it's a race maybe, or there's competition, or you're running in circles. Maybe you feel like somebody's betting against you or betting for you. There's something around that energy that I'm seeing, what do you call those things? An Etch-a-Sketch, where you just kind of shake it and it just goes away. It's like, this thing needs to just go away, whatever that is. So I don't know, maybe we'll get more into it with the cards, or the message may go somewhere else. We'll see, but we have growth here. And all of these seeds, that's what you're seeing in this grid. A grid of seeds. Oh yeah, the dimensions. When you tap in and tune into dimensional frequencies, like you often do see grids. And they are kind of green too, which is interesting. So there's something about each grid or the seeds on the grid. Maybe you're traveling between worlds, planting seeds in different dimensions, which is a very useful thing to do. If you truly believe that you're connected to an infinite number of yous that exist across dimensions, maybe you believe that, maybe you don't. Or maybe you prefer to think about your higher self instead of all of these selves that are happening. You can plant seeds in those dimensions, in this dimension, and grow something together with your higher self or with these other parts of you. There's something about realizing how expansive you are. You're not just in the here and now as this one little body all by yourself, isolated. No, you're much more than that. I'm hearing everything is but a dream. So this energy is kind of wild, and I know there's I forget what it is, there's a hard aspect going on today. I think it's Mars and, hold on, let me look. And I think it's related to this energy. Let me see, where the heck is my astrology thing? Mars and, Uranus. Mars and Uranus are squaring today, I believe it's the square. making a really kind of funky aspect where things are unpredictable and anything can happen and there can be shakeups and this kind of thing, the storm. But you're miniaturizing it, you're bringing it down to scale. And I feel like Spirit's offering you another way to work with some of this difficult energy that might be coming through and coming up. I was watching an astrologer, I forget his name now, but he was talking about how when Mars and Uranus square, it can be a time of attacks. And you may feel attacked, or you may feel like an attack is about to happen. But Spirit is really saying you have more expansive energy and control and ability to be protected, I'm hearing, by your mind than you think. Okay, so there's something about shrinking a situation that feels difficult and growing in another area. Okay, let's see. Let's see what else we get with growth for the collective. How has this day been for you? Now, my readings are timeless, and so many of you have been recently watching older readings. I get the notifications of your comments. Sorry I don't reply to all the comments. I physically, literally would not be able to help. Okay, I would not be able to do it. But maybe my other dimensional selves are like, we'll help. We'll respond to comments. That was funny. Yeah, but I saw your comments come through for some of the older readings. So if you do find this far off into the distance, then it could still be for you. And the energy of Mars squaring Uranus is still, or Uranus, or however you want to say it, is still important for you, regardless of whether that's happening when you watch this or not. Okay, let's see. Help. We'll help you. The infinite number of Andys. We'll respond to all the comments. That would be cool. Let's see. Tell me more. Oh, we gotta cover these ladies. We have nectar, essence, fulfillment, and delight. With growth, nectar, the seeds, the nectar, the growth, fulfillment, delight, essence. Well, yeah, there's 3 people here. Past, present, future selves, and the honeycomb. Let me get one more. Slow, gradual, leisurely, and delayed. A slow growth. You've planted seeds, something's taking a while to grow. It's growing very slowly, but purposefully. Okay, it's intentionally slow. And you will get to taste the nectar of what it is that you've planted and seeded. Okay, so this is the calm that's coming after the storm. And storms are, of course, part of our universe for a reason. And one of the things that storms facilitate, and take this as a metaphor, is they whip up, they pick up all kinds of things, seeds, right? And they distribute them far, far away. The wind carries them away to another place where that seed would have never been planted had it not been for that storm. So that's something that's happening for you. The storm, whatever that is, maybe it's health, relationship, work, just mental, whatever the storm is, financial, whatever, it's taking seeds to new areas of your life for those things you want to be planted and to grow, to be growing there. Yeah, it's almost like you planted seeds somewhere and now you're shifting, you're changing, you're between worlds, you're moving around, you're leaving a certain space, energy space. You've superseded some kind of dimensional self, You've outgrown something, you've integrated, you've awakened, you've ascended, whatever you want to say. Your energy has shifted. And so you're going to keep going this way, but the seed is still there. So Spirit's like, oh, well, we got to get a storm going so that seed can go further than where collective currently is, so they can meet it on the other side. They can meet that seed again. That's beautiful. So nothing is happening from pure chaos here. There is a plan. There is a reason, a purpose. And for some of you, it's uncomfortable. It's not feeling so great. It's the storm before the calm. But it was necessary. Okay, for some reason, maybe we'll get to it. Let's see the energy supporting collective. Let's see the energy. Let's get it on the table. Let's see the energy supporting collective. I'm seeing a stork. Maybe you're going to get a message here. News, a stork. Imprisonment, 8 of Needles, self-victim, and entrapment. That's the energy supporting you. I'm going to get another one too. What is this here? Is that a platypus? Oh no, is that a mole? I think that's a mole. What is that? Is that a mole? It's blind, right? Imprisonment, not being able to see something. Yeah, it feels like for a lot of you, this storm is mental, while all is mind, right? So the universe is a projection of all of our mental spaces. All of us, all are one. Which is why when one person ascends, it makes a huge difference for all. Okay, so there's something that felt like you were trapped in. Tell me, why is this a support, this imprisonment feeling? Maybe this is the horse race, right? Round and round and round. The soul, whoa. The beyond, higher being, belief. The beyond, the other realms. The soul and imprisonment. Whoa. So the message that I immediately think is your soul is free from something. But then why not just give me a card that says freedom in the soul? Why do we have to see the imprisonment? Tell me more about why imprisonment? I know some of you don't like the music. I get it. Sometimes it bothers me too. But I play and you've probably noticed if you've been on this channel for a while, I play the same tracks over and over again because it puts me in this kind of delta meditative state, which really helps with my intuition. Patience, temperance, the soul imprisonment, patience, balance, alchemy, this beautiful turtle with a butterfly on its back, movement, slow movement. Okay. So you've been in a process, like a long journey. It's been slow going. Oh yeah, the conjunction that's happening. I'm not an astrologer, so I can't remember all of these things because I don't study them daily. And help me out if you're an astrologer in the comments and I'll pin it. Well, let's just go see. What's happening? There's a big conjunction happening. Saturn and Neptune, is that it? Or is there another one? Maybe it's Saturn and Neptune, but one of them, it's like that hasn't happened, or one planet hasn't been in a sign. Sorry, forgive me. But the point is, it's been 13 years, or since 2011, maybe it was, since something happened. So there's a long cycle. There's a long cycle here, whether that's 10 years, let's say 10 to 16 to be on the safe side, to expand it out. But there's a long decade or more cycle that you've been in that is now starting to close out. And you've been very patient and it's been enduring. And now you're able to shrink it down. The soul, imprisonment, and patience. It's almost the vibe of you've done your time. Now, I'm not saying you did anything wrong, that you had to do your time. Maybe it's karma from a past life. I don't know. But imprisonment, patience, and the soul, that feels like doing time in a way. And there is something about you stretching, changing, shifting the way that you understand not only space with the dimensions, but time too. Slow. There's more time than you know. So don't be fearful of running out of time. Don't be fearful of getting older. Don't be fearful of missing out on something. I'm hearing time is God. I don't know if that's true, but maybe it's one way to think about it. Okay? And you, God is within you, right? Spirit is within you. So you are time itself as well. Okay, so there's a lot to think about here. There's a lot of like kind of esoteric musings happening in your reading. And I think this is really appropriate. I said appropriated, interesting. Appropriate for your soul, since you are freeing yourself from a long imprisonment with something in a cycle, with a mindset, something that you've always wanted to change about yourself, but you haven't been able to. Maybe with the word appropriated, it's like you were trying to borrow something from other people or try to emulate in some way or follow in the footsteps, have a mentor, but now you're going to discover something for yourself, become something different onto yourself. Okay, let's see the challenge. The challenge for you, dear one. Acclaim, 6 of Wands. There's a little bit of ego. And unstoppable, Knight of Swords. Well, I have good news here is you are wildly successful, or you have the potential to be. And you know that. You do know that. So give me one more just to even it out. Why is this? Oh, okay, well, now you give me more. No. Let's just get one. We'll get more into the story with the tarot. The other tarot. So just give me one, Spirit. Thank you. No, Spirit's like you're getting 2. The Hangman, perspective, and 3 of Swords, relief. So success really helps you, whether that's, I'm hearing academic success, intellectual success, financial success, relationship success, whatever you define as success, health, well-being, you see something as successful and like you've won something, you've had a victory here. That energy is a relief for you. I mean, naturally, it would bring happiness to most people to be successful. But there's something here where it's like when you're in the 3 of Swords and you need relief, the sorrow is just too intense and you can't seem to shake yourself out of the heart-wrenching mental anguish, painful thoughts. You shift into success mode. What can I achieve? What can I create for myself? How can I be better than I already am? There's a push here that you do have for growth, but it's not in the kind of soul growth that we were talking about before, which is probably why Spirit is talking so kind of like energy stuff, is because they want you to switch your perspective. Your higher self wants you to switch your perspective away from ego type of success and 3D world material success into soul success. Nothing wrong with being successful in the material world. And I can see that you are already. You really are already. But it's almost like when you're feeling pain with the 3 of Swords, you pick up a tool. I don't know. I feel guided to even pick this up. Drink some more water. Here, let's use this. That's more appropriate. You pick up a tool and you say, okay, I got to get myself out of this state. It feels like hell. I'm going to do something about it. And you transmute the pain by creating something in the 3D world or striving towards something successful for yourself. And that's good and it's worked, but there's another tool that you're not seeing. What's the other tool here? This is all part of it. Oh yeah, we'll use this one. This is a old paperweight and it has a butterfly on it. And we saw the butterfly on the turtle's back. Take the toad if that resonates with you too. There's another tool a transformative tool, something that you haven't used before, something that could ground you, a paperweight. And that is transmuting the pain that you feel through soul success. Now, what is soul success? That's a whole nother question. Strength card. Well, it's integration, it's courage. Well, let's find out what it is for you. It's probably different for each of us what that soul success means. Okay, but what I'm seeing in the challenge is acclaim, unstoppable, relief, and perspective. The Hangman in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Wands. The Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands is, look at me, I'm doing amazing. And now you might not be saying it like that, or maybe someone's saying this to you, but it's coming off as kind of abrasive. You know what I mean? Knight of Swords with the Six of Wands, that's somebody who's like kind of not really thinking about what they're saying and how other people might be perceiving that. And these could be things that you're saying to yourself even. You're trying to boost yourself up, give yourself a pep talk. Again, nothing wrong with that, but there's another tool to use that you're ready to use for you to feel better, for you to heal something, because this doesn't feel like it's totally healing anymore. You need something deeper, more profound to help mend your heart. And not just to heal, but to grow. Yeah, and I feel like that's the case too, whoever I'm connecting with. You've been spending a lot of time, this whole big long cycle, healing, repairing, mending. And now you're going to have a growth spurt. So you need something new to do that. Okay, so let's get in further. I'm hearing further down the line. And maybe positive feedback too. Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands. This could be validation or people saying, great job, good job, A+, that kind of thing. A whole bunch of accolades here, rewards, plaques, that could give you some relief too. When you feel like you're stuck, or when you feel like you've sacrificed something, in comes some validation for you to let you know that it wasn't all for nothing. But you don't really need that. And it's showing up in your challenge for a reason. So hold on, tell me, what's the reason for that? Well, death, transformation. It's not fully transformative. The butterfly again. Wow. It's like it feels good, but that ultimate transformation, that soul transformation, that dharma that you're moving towards, it's like just out of reach, you see? Just like, I've come out of my shell, like everything's great, but it's just out of reach. So different tool. Now, things are going well for you, and if you're like, no, they're not, I'm not, nobody's giving me any positive reinforcement. Well, you could create that reality for yourself, or you could turn on your lights. Turn on your lights. Oh, weird. I'm hearing that Nelly Furtado song. But instead of, what is the lyrics? I'm hearing turn on the lights. I don't think that's the lyrics though. Turn on the lights, turn on the lights. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you want to look at that song. I don't know what the real lyrics are, what the actual ones are. I can't remember. Not everything in this world is what it seems is one of the lyrics too. And you know that. Okay, so this is the horse race too, the Knight of Swords and the Six of Wands. Who's going to win? So a bigger transformation is needed here. And also all of this good positive reinforcement that you might get, it's not really matching this slow progression of freedom and ascension that you're undergoing. It kind of comes in blips, like, good job. And then you're like, yay. But then for a month, a week, you're like, now I don't feel like, okay, that didn't really, it's surface. You know, there's something a little shallow here. It could even be in love, where someone really boosts you up and it feels really great, but then they're absent the rest of the time. And you're like, huh? I need something deeper. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. The Hangman again for your overall energy. Patience. Is this card like, I'm sorry, is this deck like all butterflies? There's so many coming out. What's going on here? Okay, Spirit. Focused. I am focused. The opportunity. Thank you. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And the guidance. I'm hearing I love you. I do love you, but I heard I love you. Wheel of Fortune at the bottom. And I saw that before when the cards were all twisted around and upside down and all of that. Wheel of Fortune. A change in circumstance. Yeah, you're completing some kind of cycle. That's for sure. And it's a cycle where you've had to really stand your ground. Defend yourself, learn about boundaries, that kind of thing. 3 of Cups, yeah, with other people. Temperance again. This taught you quite a bit. You know, your awakening really does come from your struggle and the way that you understand your struggle and what it teaches you. Okay, Hangman for your overall energy. This is you seeing things from another perspective, a higher perspective. Can I get one more on this Hangman? Judgment in reverse. Oh, wow, interesting. Yeah, this is a different kind of perspective on what awakening is all about. It's not about judgment. It's not about a final judgment from your higher self, from spirit, from you, from others. This is you understanding that your awakening is something unique to you and it's self-defined. I really like that Judgment came out in reverse there with the Hangman. Some of you are moving out of kind of dogmatic beliefs or like certain moral kind of, I don't know, teachings, maybe like stoicism, like, you know, some kind of system of thought that has certain kind of qualities or steps, or you, in order to be a good this, you have to be like that. There's something you're redefining for yourself. Creating your own path. You know, we're all here having our own experience together so that spirit, the universe, the cosmos can learn from each of our unique paths. And so if we just follow someone else's path, mirror it, or let someone else define our path, then the universe, spirit, the dimensional spaces, the cosmos, lose a huge perspective that it's trying to gain. So you're part of a much bigger whole, and you're playing a massive role. And this is you knowing, like, I need to create my own path. And I am the only judge of myself, and I don't even judge myself. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. 2 of Wands. Now, I know judgment can be good sometimes. Sometimes we need to be making those discerning kind of judgments. But in this reading, that's not what's going on. Okay. 2 of Wands for what you don't see coming. There's that butterfly I was talking about. And no, they're not all over the cards. So this is a little spirit for you, the butterfly. Two of Wands. What are you doing here at the crossroads? Oh, a witch between worlds. This is being in that dimensional slip, in the slippage, in between space and time, in between past and present, or present and future. I just got the question, what if the present is the slip between the past and the future? Okay, the devil. The devil and the Two of Wands. What you don't see coming. A temptation ahead. Maybe it's that kind of accolade or the validation. What is this temptation up ahead? You know, when we travel dimensionally, interdimensionally, or in our dreams, you know, sometimes we see scary things too. But it's an opportunity to learn from those spaces and places and people. You may even come across them in this lifetime. I'm sure you have. Scary kind of people who have taken on a lot of shadow energy and are just kind of rocking and rolling with it and they don't care. They're out there. And they're real. But when you come across them, it's an experience in which you really truly deeply learn more about yourself. Yes, other people, but more about yourself. It's like I'm seeing a video game. It's like the boss stage in a level in a video game. You know, you fight that boss and you win, and you go to the next level. That's what, you know, I mean, it often feels a lot worse than that, but sometimes you have to keep repeating that over and over. You have to fight the boss like, oh my God, I've done this 10 times and I'm almost at the end where like I kill him, but then I can't. Like, you know, I don't have the right wizardy magic in my, you know, like I don't have the right tools, right, the right tools. Ace of Swords, the right tools. This is your tool to defeat the boss. And I don't mean that the devil's the boss. I just mean those monsters in our field that we have to battle. Inner monsters, outer monsters. We battle them with the truth. We battle them by trying to seek clarity, despite the confusion. So there's a choice here, a fork in the road, and your choice is between some kind of temptation and some kind of clarity and truth. Okay, so this should be a very easy decision for you to make, I feel, after all of what you already know. But it is unexpected. You're not going to see this coming. Something's going to pop up, okay? And it holds a lot of shadow energy. It either triggers you and brings out your own shadow in ways that aren't good for you at this moment in time. Or you're dealing with somebody else, something toxic maybe. I don't know. Something happens here and it ain't feeling good. And it's not really the greatest path for you. You could take it and you could still grow. And those seeds, that storm will keep going and carry your seeds forward to a different path, a different timeline, which you will inevitably find yourself on. But why not just miniaturize that storm instead? And keep heading in the direction that you're heading in. Of growth. Gradual growth. Okay, somebody might offer you a shortcut. I'd be wary of it. I would. You know, the tortoise and the hare. Careful of the shortcut. And then I'm hearing the word clear cut. Oh, 10 of Swords. When did this flip over? Yeah, the shortcut leads to the 10 of Swords. Okay. For some of you, as cliche as it is, there's an energy returning, coming back on the horizon, maybe carried in through the storm. And they have some kind of, yeah, look, the Fool. But I'm seeing the horse, right? They're coming in on that horse, the horse race, Saturn. Restrictive freedom. They are going to offer you some kind of shortcut. I don't know what that means exactly. Maybe there's something you're struggling with and they offer you an easy solution. Okay, or a distraction from what you really need to be dealing with. The Empress for your opportunity, the nectar. Something creative going on here. Queen of Cups and the Empress. Well, this is a whole lot of self-love. This is prioritizing you. This is also you seeing your potential and your potential seeing you. Right? I feel like the Empress is kind of this ethereal energy looking down on you. It doesn't matter what your gender is. Seeing your potential. Seeing what it is that you're creating and what it is that you can do. You have a big heart. It's not tainted. I'm seeing this little snake here. It's shedding its skin though. It's getting stronger. And there is something very clever in the fox, sly, that you could use to your advantage for the highest good of all. Okay? So some of you are very good little Sherlock Holmeses. You're good at that kind of prepping, probing, and investigation is what I got. And that's a huge skill to have. And you can absolutely use that going forward. As long as it keeps moving you towards your highest potential. And your highest potential is a place where fear feels really small. Five of Pentacles, where lack isn't the main frame that you're working from. Okay, that's beautiful. So your opportunity is to see how cool you are. How cool you are. And how much you have in this lifetime, I'm hearing it. Not just other lifetimes and future timelines, but in this lifetime, how much you have to create and to grow and to become. Your best self is ahead of you. And let that be inspirational for you. Okay. And you'll feel it. You'll feel that. Like when you get there, you're going to feel better. That's what I want to say. I don't know. It sounds kind of weak, so I'm just going to leave that. Seven of Cups for the challenge. Confusion, options, choices. This is reminding me of a story. And obviously I'm very chatty today. I'm at 4303. But Pixel, my cat, who many of you know, or have seen, but you know her. She definitely has 9 lives. Out of all the cats I've had, and I've had 4 total, or 5, I had one when I was a kid, she has been in the most situations where emergency help was needed, but came through it all. And this is reminding me of a time where she got into the lilies, and lilies are poisonous. And she came up to my bedroom. She had like black all over her face and her nose. I was like, what have you been doing? And she was just a little kitten at the time. And then I saw the lilies everywhere and I freaked out, but she ended up being okay. And that's part of your message. Despite all the confusion, and maybe you feel like you have egg on your face, so to speak, or you feel like you're not sure if what you're doing is the right thing or not, you're going to be just fine. Maybe you do have 9 lives. And that makes sense because I'm seeing the 9 of Pentacles go to the 10 of Pentacles in your guidance. And then we also have the 6 of Cups and the 9 of Swords. Your challenge is confusion, illusion, delusion, worry, stress, anxiety about something from the past. Okay, look at this. It's a unicorn, but look at this white horse that I saw. exhausted, tired. Why do I keep running this race? Why am I going in circles? What's going on? So the big challenge here is to understand that that's an energy that you're working through and you're working with, and that it's creating some kind of confusion for you. Well, the guidance is right here. The guidance is the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is looking over here on the table as the cards are laid out, looking over, reflecting at this energy, at this fear space. You know, the lack mainframe over here saying, I don't need to think that way anymore. Yeah, it's like the Etch-a-Sketch, giving your head a shake. Wait a second. I am free. I do have agency. I am autonomous. And look at, something's growing really big here. This is Spirit saying, remember who you are. You are absolutely connected to the all, but you also have your unique individual life to live, and maintain that individuality. Whatever your soul is calling you to do it. Don't give up on yourself. Find a way to work something in, even in the smallest of ways. I almost said swallow, like the bird I saw. Even in the smallest of ways. Okay? There's also guidance here. Maybe you need to do a few things around the house or in your life, some kind of little management stuff to really let yourself know and remember how secure you are in some areas, if not all. There's something you could do with finances, balancing your finances, getting things in order, putting something down on paper, keeping track of something, and allow yourself a little luxury once in a while too. Some of you are going to eat something really delicious tonight. It's good, okay? You deserve a little luxury. I'm seeing that in this picture. Okay? This isn't an experience of constant struggle. There needs to be a balance of nectar. Okay, 10 of Pentacles following that. I mean, damn. There also with these two cards is there's something you may be settling for and thinking, oh, this is really good. I'm just going to stop here. I don't need to grow anymore. This isn't working. But Spirit's saying, why cut your vision short? There's more. There's a kind of another step you could take with something, or an addition you could add in some way or another. You are attracting birds in particular. I'm seeing that on the card. But you are attracting soul wealth. Soul wealth. Not that kind of racehorse wealth. Okay. The outcome for you is the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Cups. This is something in your material world, in the 3D realm, in your day-to-day life that has been causing you, I'm hearing a splitting headache. Maybe that's a metaphor, but it feels like it's split, like your thoughts. Okay, there's some, you've needed to contain a thought. You're doing that now, but I'm seeing a lot of, like, the brain being chopped up is basically what I'm seeing. Okay, there's been a situation that's been really hard. Okay, maybe it's been hard to compartmentalize something. There's some game playing, some manipulation, some backstabbing, some unfair gameplay. Maybe the horse race has always been rigged and you know it. You know, there's some sketchy stuff going on here. For real. That you're onto, that you're aware of. Because you're walking away from it. You're deciding, I'm not going to give all my time, attention, and energy to that. 8 of Cups. I'm going to go find my 9 of Cups instead. My abundance. My fulfillment. So there's something happening currently in your life that is just a headache. Maybe it's a soul ache, but it feels mostly like, I can't, like, this is just going on and on. and you're deciding to walk away from it. And that's beautiful. 8 of Cups. Walk right out of that dimension, of that 5 of Swords dimension, and into the 9 of Cups dimension. That's what you're doing. I love it. Feel guided to pull one more, and then we'll end the reading there. Last card. I feel like they all want to come out. The Star. I knew it. There had to be a last card that was so powerful. The Star. I don't know why I'm hearing this. Like, this is not usually in my head, but I heard Amazing Grace. I don't know. Maybe Grace is a name that's significant for someone. The Star. This is your soul victory. This is you seeing things and understanding things on a deeper level, from a higher consciousness, deeper and higher at the same time. This is amazing. Yeah, it's really cool. You're cool. I love you so much. I'll see you next time.